Auburn Addicts, yeah. Sunday evening clock hit 6, hey. DC Wolf grab a mic, spit them Auburn tricks. War Eagle chant, echo through the mix. On that YouTube channel about sports, get your fix. Huddle up, game day replays. Highlights on deck, watch them Tigers amaze. From the field to the court, stories that blaze. DC Wolf's got the scoop, so tune in, press play. Auburn Addicts, every move, every play. DC Wolf got the news, best believe what he say. Sunday evening 6, catch a live display. War Eagle in the house, show him the way. Recaps and stats, breakdown so neat. From the fans in the stands to the players in cleats. Orange and blue, we never face defeat. Sunday night swag can't be beat. Easy Wolf, he the GOAT, no debate. All the big plays, he annotate. All the big plays, he annotate. From line to line, it's Auburn stage. Got the interviews, got the insider's view. When it's Sunday at 6, Wolf gon' come through for the fans and the fam. It's a Bama cool. Smashing that subscribe, Wolf's crew grew. Smashing that subscribe, Wolf's crew grew.
Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome in. It's Sunday at 6, man. Me and Nick gonna come through. Man, what's up? Welcome to Auburn News Today, aka Have You Heard? Ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna be talking some Auburn basketball tonight. We're gonna talk some Auburn football recruiting, some Auburn football, man, and some take your pick today, as we normally do. Nick, how you doing, man?
I'm doing well, man. Can't complain.
Man.
How about yourself? I'm
doing great, man. I'm ready to talk some football, man. Ready to talk some Auburn football. Let's get right to it, man. Let's get right to it, Nick. Auburn Tigers. Last night, man, in the Iron Bowl of basketball, man, they got curb stomped by Alabama, man.
They did.
96-84, Nick. And we're going to talk about some, we normally do this, man. Your emotional state, man. I want to know your emotional state where Auburn basketball is concerned, man. I'll go first, Nick.
Okay.
My emotional state is I'm embarrassed, man.
Wow.
I'm just embarrassed.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? First hand and second hand embarrassment. I'm embarrassed for myself as far as like Auburn basketball. Then I'm embarrassed for the team, the coaches, the university, man. And then my second, I feel helpless, Nick. I feel helpless, man. It's like we talked about this before, like, in life when the school bully is bullying you, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then your daddy come to school and the bully beat your daddy up. It's like you really feel helpless. You know what I'm saying? He beat your daddy up too. You watching the bully beat your daddy up. That's how I feel right now, man. That's just, just have you ever woke up on Christmas morning and, man, you got this special toy and your parents forgot to get the batteries? It's like, bro, all the stores are closed, man.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? You know that helpless feeling you have when you just have this toy in your hand on Christmas and your parents forgot to get the batteries. It's like, man, I gotta wait till Monday to play with my toys. Wow. Everybody else playing with theirs. Or it's like, you get the race car, the remote control car, and it's like they take AA batteries in the car. So you scuffle around the house and find the AA's, but then the remote control take
AAA.
Yeah. It's like, man, I still can't do it. It's frustrating, man. I feel helpless, man. What's your emotional state, man? Mine is embarrassed and helpless, man.
I have no emotional state.
That's bad, man.
I had a thought from the beginning that this was a bubble team.
Okay.
I thought they had a chance at the beginning of the season to be a bubble team. I did think that maybe if they started playing some more games, they'd get into a groove and maybe you can see them improve. Yeah, but my initial thought from them at the beginning was, this is a bubble team, and the reason why was because they had no interior presence on the inside, none whatsoever from the beginning of the season. But hey, it is what it is. There's still a chance, for everybody out there that wants to have a slither of hope. There is still a chance for Auburn to get into the tournament. They still have to play in the SEC tournament. So if you win the SEC tournament, you will automatically qualify for the NCAA tournament. So there's a chance that they can go through and beat everybody in the SEC tournament. But we'll see. Hope.
Yeah, and a friend of mine, man, he's a Michigan fan. He just texted me before I came on. He was like, man, Auburn's still in. I was like, huh? He was like, yeah, man, they're the first, the last team in. He was like I guess a lot of the bubble teams lost. So
they did. Like, there were a lot of teams that lost. So Auburn still has a chance. So
yeah, strength of schedule is helping them. They still, as of now, as of today, bro, they are still in the tournament. So, man, shout outs to them, man. Come on, man, get it together. I'm tired of being embarrassed, man. It's like that was the Iron Bowl of basketball. And the Iron Bowl, man, no matter how bad the teams are, if it's a bad Alabama team or a bad Auburn team, the teams usually still show up, man. It was like, man, I don't know if they lost their fight or whatever, man, but it's just like the way they got beat for Iron Bowl was just not pleasing to me, man. And I'm sorry if people think I'm being negative. It is what it is, man. You know. We got the Rooster Mac in the house, Dick. The Rooster.
Huggy. What up, Huggy? What up, Huggy?
Man. Smooth old Rooster strikes one more again. What's up, Huggy? How you doing, man? I hope everything is good, man. I hope the family is good. 5 Adam. Yeah. So fire Stephen Pearl.
But why though? Why? After one in the first season? Come on, man.
5 Adam, man. Fire John Coyne. Dang, fire. You like fire everybody. Fire everybody, man. Just a two-timer. Don't know what to say about Pearl Jr. Man.
Who's Pearl Jr.?
What's up, TJ? Pearl Jr. You talking about Steven, man.
Oh, okay. I thought his name was Steven. No, I'm like, okay.
Yeah, right. You know his name was Bruce. What's up, Slugged Up? We look kind of sad out there. We did, man. Honestly, man. We got an NIT invitation. We need to reject those $3.50 they'll give us for winning game.
Oh, boy. What's wrong with the NIT, man? Yeah, you know what? You know what's funny? Last year, a lot of people that was in the Auburn talk space was down in the NIT. And now Auburn has an opportunity, if they don't make the tournament, to be in the NIT. I wonder what those sentiments about the NIT will be.
Yeah, that will be interesting. That would be interesting, man.
You know, it was like the NIT is secondary. I was like, all right.
Hell, that's below us.
I'm just saying. All right. I'm just saying. We act like a program. We act like a program that won national championships. I already won national championships in basketball.
Hey, we forgot real quick, didn't we?
That's it. Real quick. You made it to the Final Four a couple of times, but come on.
Yeah.
You ain't won one. We ain't won one yet.
Peterson, War Eagle, the Auburn basketball team doesn't have heart or fight this year, man. It's like, and we've been saying the bubble team since the beginning of the season. Honestly, we have. You can go back and look at the videos, but it's just like you thought with this team they would gel more and come together more and kind of learn. But it's like, dude, the regular season is over, and they're still throwing away careless balls and having defensive lapses. So you know, I don't know what it is, man. King Richard, Your Highness.
Yeah,
how you doing, King Richard? Tim the Two, man. Taylor is in the house, DC. The bully beating up your daddy at school. LOL. You're wild for that. Yeah, man.
That is wild.
Yeah,
that's
bro.
Wild.
You call your daddy, bro. You be like, bro, my daddy about to get down, bro. The bully beat your daddy up. That's how I feel, bro.
That's bad, bro.
I feel helpless, man. Helpless, man, with Auburn basketball, man. I'm pulling for him, bro. You pulling for your daddy. Get up, daddy. Get up, daddy. Man, both of y'all go home beat up, bro. Gas station no Christmas Day for the batteries, bro. Not when I was young, bro. Now QT is open, yes. Not when I was young, bro. It was everything used to shut down when I was young, bro. Nothing was open. You know what I'm saying? You forget them batteries, it's over, bro.
It's over. It's a wrap.
It's a wrap, man. That remote control car is in the garage till Monday. Yes. And then your mama got out work on Monday, you know. Still good play.
Then you couldn't play with it for real because you had to go to school.
Yeah, there you go, man.
Well, no, you didn't because it was Christmas break. You was still off, so you good. You good.
CJ, hey everybody, how you doing, CJ, man? CJ, yeah, we in here, man. We finna talk some Auburn basketball, talk some recruiting in a minute, man. We're just talking basketball, man. How y'all feel, man? What's y'all emotional state, man? Put something in the comments, man. Tell me y'all emotional state, man. Nick say he is just like, don't have any feelings. I think that's worse. At least I still have feelings. I'm embarrassed and helpless. Nick, like, bro, I ain't even got no feelings. Like, golly, bro.
Chilling, man. Chilling.
That means you just in the room, like, sitting in the dark.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. That's what it is. Hey, you know what it is? Hey, I don't know if y'all know. I don't know if y'all know, but there's a room on Earth that's considered to be the quietest room on Earth. They say if you can sit in that room for 24 hours, you win like $10 million or something like that. I have a great time in there. It wouldn't be a problem.
Man. But they was like, if I'm not mistaken, if this is the same room, they said in that room, man, you can actually hear when you move your bones cracking.
That's fine with me.
You know what I'm saying? Because it was
for
like
10 million,
soundproof.
10 million?
It was like, bro, you can hear like things you wouldn't normally hear. Just think if you moving and you hear your body cracking, bro.
Hey, I can make my look. Listen, y'all ain't hear that? See that? You heard that? I just heard my body crack there. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
I can hear a heartbeat all day. Just get a stethoscope, put it on my ear, and just practice. Just boop, boop,
that's what's up.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, you hear all they say you hear all that, man. Just
ain't nothing wrong with that, man.
That's junk, but 24 hours that would become really loud, man.
And I'd be $10 million richer when I walk out that thing, though.
Okay, man. DJ says she's embarrassed. Never. My fun cut short this year, sure. On to the transfer portal, baseball and football practice, man. So you weren't embarrassed like doing football season either?
Yeah, of course.
I was embarrassed, bro. That was embarrassing.
Yeah.
Get beat by Kentucky at home? Like, wow, man. Phew. Now, let me borrow some of that optimism. CJ, please. I think this could have been decent, but with Bruce Pearl quitting on the team like he did, broke them early in the season. He says they all wanted to play for Bruce and got Steven. I got it now. Yeah. You better not go to the NIT. Hello.
See what I'm saying?
Would that be embarrassing?
What's wrong with the NIT? What's wrong with it?
You say you gave Steven that nickname.
You know what? When you said, I thought you were talking about Pearl Jam when you said Pearl Jr. I thought you meant to say Pearl Jam, the band.
Big SARS, salute SARS. Big SARS says Auburn basketball team has locker room issues.
Yes.
Hadn't heard that.
Yes.
You said NIT championship win gonna get you a trophy that doesn't even have a basketball man on it.
Just the leftovers? It's just the leftovers? Is that what he said? Just the leftovers? Lord,
hey, that be what? How many people that make the tournament? How many people make the tournament?
With the
just the regular
64,
tournament.
ain't it? 68. It's 68. 68. No, it's 60, it's 4 teams that play in, and it's 64.
Yeah. So 68. So that means you're the 69th best team.
That's wild. That's wild.
It looks like Baby Pearl needs to get some size on in interior. Yes, of course, man. They had the center go down too, man. So like Ted say, you should have more than one center though. Some big dogs to crash the boards and be enforcers. We all agree with that, yeah, man. Israel Abrahams, I'm here. Miami is recruiting him. He is, man. Miami is recruiting him, and we talked about him last week. He was our spotlight player for recruiting last week, actually, 5 Adam. And he said he thinks Auburn's going to do big things on the Plains. But he also said that he was glad to get the Miami Hurricanes offer. He was like, that was a dream offer.
Yeah,
I didn't hear that.
Yeah, we said Miami, Auburn, Purdue. I think Purdue was in his top 5 as well. So you got a nice little top 5 there.
Absolutely. Mike McKinney, what's up? Who going to jail? He going to jail? Who's going to jail?
He going to jail now. Yeah, I remember that video.
He said, "Hey, yeah, I knew we were in trouble when we didn't get a big man." Yeah,
or at least a second big man.
Yeah. Yep, for real, man. Yeah, at least second big man. Steven has lost his team. Someone told me that. That's a basketball player. He said he had the same sentiments, but I don't know. I'm not a basketball player. I can't read it like that. He said, "We are nothing school." Dang, I believe.
Wow,
Crimson,
I believe.
I was about to say congratulations to you on the win, man. You got to come here flame throwing like that, bro. Not necessary, man. Do we think Steven Pearl lost his team? I don't know, man. I don't know. You got to have elite shooting to not have a big man presence and truly be successful. Absolutely right.
Very, very true. Very true.
You said 10 mil game?
Okay. Yeah. You stay there for 24 hours, you get 10 million. Yeah, I'm in there. Let's make it happen.
He said Saban has invited players to talk about their pre-NIL deals. Trent said 75,000 to sign and 120,000 a year. Oh boy. What? What's up, tight man? Tight Sigma, man. I guess that would be Alabama Megacast tight, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know who Tyson is. That's new. That's news. That's a new name to me. I don't know who that is.
He said my Nick. He said it's like minus 20 dB.
Yeah, in that little chamber, in that little room. Yeah,
I heard about that, man. I would like to go in there, man.
Yeah, if they gonna give you 10 million,
but it gotta be bad. If they're gonna give you like that much to stay in there, it gotta be like, you know what I'm saying? It gotta be bad. You know.
Hey, listen, be $10 million richer.
Bruce and Steven and NIT. Yay. He said, no, I wasn't embarrassed doing football either. I'm not out there playing. I was just mad at Hubert. LOL.
Everybody was mad at Hubert, man. Everybody was mad at Hubert.
He said, two times says
not playing the tournament, not in the tournament. That's a good one. That's a good one. That is a good one, man.
Oh, that is what's up, man. That is Southern 334. What's going on? How you doing? DC, whenever you feel embarrassed, just take a nap. It'll be gone when you wake up.
I like that.
Trinidad Chapel is going to eventually lose his injunction to play for Ole Miss this season. Tennessee guys lost his, man, so we'll see. That's what me and Nick was saying last week, man. Aguilar lost his, so we're like, what is the difference between Aguilar and Chambliss, man?
It's called a temporary. It's a temporary injunction, so a TRO. Temporary. Yeah, it basically means that they have 10 to 14 days to basically determine on the legality of if it is wasn't it, and after that they have to put in what's called a I forget right now the name of the actual naming of it, but it is like it's a TRO. It's another injunction that it's another injunction that comes right after the TRO after it has been ruled on. If they rule in your favor, then you get a longer period of time to basically kind of prove that what happened is what it is. So it is what it is. So yeah, I mean you should be hearing something soon about this TRO this injunction that Chambliss got, because it is a possibility that he may not play. But as of right now, it is, so who knows?
What I mean, if you don't, we're gonna see Deuce Knight. Two-timer says, man, we need size. If you don't have, we need pure shooters, man. We do. CJ said 14 million from the basketball. You didn't hear it from her. I'm gonna ask Stephen Pearl about that news conference, and I'm gonna say TJ said it. Tyson said, hit that like button, please, man. And if y'all Alabama fans, go visit my boy, man. We got to get my man over 1,000, man. If you got Alabama people in your atmosphere, Auburn people, man, get my man Tight Sports. He's that guy. Nick, who do you think will be the Auburn QB in the class of 2027, man?
In the class of 2027?
I'm hoping it's Abrams, what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. It could be Israel Abrams, it could be Andre Adams. You had Elijah Haven come in as well, and visit. I think he has an OV to Auburn too as well, if I'm not mistaken. Or he has he definitely came for one of the junior days they had or something of that nature. So you're looking at him. Man, that's a good question, because it's a crop of QBs in the 27 class. There's a lot that's very, 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 very highly touted guys. So it is what it is. Yeah. So I think if I had to bet my money on it, I think the guy will be Israel Abrams if I had to bet.
Yeah, me too. Mob Ties, what's up, Mob Ties? How you doing? He said Joe Lenardi still has last four in. Yep, even though if we do get in, we get embarrassed, man. Yeah, man, I've been waiting for him to turn this car engine on. The NCAA is going to appeal this case all the way to the Supreme Court if necessary. Okay, we'll see, man. We'll see.
The preliminary is that's what it is. It's a my bad. Hold up.
While you looking at that, I just want to reiterate on basketball. This is how I felt, Nick.
Throw in the towel. Throw in the towel. Throw in. He kept telling that man throw the towel in. Man, that was not funny, but
bro, that was sad. That was sad when Apollo Creed died in Rocky, bro. That was like, oh my god,
bro.
Lord,
it was not.
That was rough, man.
Not on my bingo card to see. Yeah. I mean, he said, "Throw in the towel."
Yeah. I just had no idea that Paulo Creed wasn't gonna make it through the episode, bro. Just didn't know. And then, man, you know how my boy Mr. T did Mickey, bro. Mr. T was man. And I said this before, man, in another show, bro. Mr. T was my probably most scariest person in the Rocky series, man. He was
really even over Drago.
Yeah, he was, man.
He was more scarier than Drago.
Yes, Mr. T was.
I don't know
because they
built Drago in a lab, basically.
I know, man, but Mr. T was more scary to me, man.
Oh, okay.
What was the line he said? You want a real woman? You want a real? What is it? Hey, woman, you want a real man?
I don't know this. That's wild, man. That's wild.
Hey, woman. I'm like, God, bro,
that's wild.
Raw. Let's move on, man. I'm like, just Sean Tatum, man, is in our spotlight for recruiting this today, man. 6'3.5", 317. He's a number 13 overall offensive lineman in the class of 2027. This is who I hope we get, man. I'm like, give me some linemen. 232 nationally at his position. He's 90 in rating. 4-star Fort Pierce from John Carroll, man. And these are the ones he's worn on, my Auburn, Florida, Summerall, Miami, and Tennessee, as we mentioned before, man. So, man, I looked at this dude, Nick, looked at his film, and he is a beast, man. Of course, he's gonna have to work on leverage, but man, he's a roll grader. He's a finisher, and not only is he a finisher to the whistle, this dude is a finisher to the ground, bro. He's trying to punish. He's trying to pancake guys, man. So he played tackle, and so it looks like he's projected inside. So, man, he's used to the space. So moving inside might even help his game a little bit more. So I think he's very aggressive. Fits what my man Alex Goldston want to do and the type of lineman they want. They say they want some physical dudes. He was like, if you don't need like contact, you can't play here, man. So
you gotta lose a little weight. He already 317. Yeah. I mean, you gotta take into account too, like him getting bigger and getting older and growing up. I mean, 317 now. Ooh, and what 17, 18 years, 16, 17 years old. Man, dude. Yeah.
But what I noticed though, Nick, is like he's not carrying it all in his belly. You know what I'm saying? I would rather him have small ankles. I was just saying, I'd rather him be nimble on his feet and not look like he putting down tree stumps. For sure.
You know, I'm like on that picture that I'm looking at his legs on that picture right there. Okay, and it doesn't look like it's getting it doesn't look like his leg below his knee is getting like thinner. It looks like it's just staying the same size, which means it tells me he has very thick ankles, which tells me that he doesn't have that much more wiggle room to be as athletic as you think he is. Like I haven't seen the tape, but just by looking at that, like if I saw a full picture of him, I could looking at his leg, I'd probably be like, hey man, you probably maxed out on athletically what he can do. So,
and see that, like I said, that is him playing tackle. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
In high school, so that will help him a lot. You know what I'm saying? If he doesn't have a lot of lateral movement in college, then he moving inside, he don't have to worry about the space, man. But very aggressive dude, man. He reminds me of Ty Buster, man. Actually.
Okay.
As far as what I'm saying, his aggressiveness and power, got that, man. So he's just got to work on his leverage and everything. So, he said, "Follow me back over to my apartment."
Oh, that's what Mr. T said.
Hey, real man, it's all about. That's what it is, man. When he said that, I was like, man, come on, man. I was like, that's rough right there, man. Like Rocky, you just gonna let him say that?
Yeah, apparently. Apparently. Dude.
Golly, man. Nick, let me ask you this, man. I'm gonna ask you this in public, but this is some back end stuff. When you go through the comments, can you only see one comment in the window, one or two comments in that window?
No, I see the whole stream of comments when they come through.
See one, and it's bro, it's difficult. You're gonna have to maybe figure out why. What's your prediction for Auburn basketball season? Pain.
That's what Mr. T said. Yeah. That's what Mr. T said. Yeah.
You say Slut though say he big ball. What's up, Slut though, man? Jesus Christ.
Oh man.
Say he big ball, man. He says very thick ankles is hilarious, man. Man, you know that was a Hugh Freeze thing,
That's
man.
A Hugh Freeze thing, man.
He has cankles, man.
Cankles, bro.
Cankles. Lord, Clubber was scarier than Drago. Thank you. Yes, Clubber
Lang was scarier.
He was scarier than Drago, man. I'm telling you, he was scarier than Drago. I hope I didn't miss nobody. He was scarier than Drago, man. Straight up, man. All right, Nick, man. Let's go to the next subject, man. Let's mosey right along on Auburn News Today, man.
Mosey, that's a good word, right?
Mosey on. I don't know where that come from. I have to look that up. Basketball. We talked about basketball. The loss to Alabama. We talked about football recruiting spotlight. And before we go on, I want to ask you a question, Nick.
Okay.
We have, and people might have saw this on social media, but it kind of caught my attention. We have, bro, and it segues right into what we talked about with our Christmas. We have AA batteries, AAA batteries. We have C batteries, D batteries. We have 9-volt batteries. Bro, why don't we have B batteries?
That's a good point. That's a great point. Is there a B battery? Let's think about it. I'm gonna look.
Hey man, I know it's a good one. You like went to your phone. I know it's a good one. You want me to tell you?
Is there for real a B battery?
Man, what's crazy? It was an A battery, a B battery, a C battery, and a D battery. But what they said is the A battery start carrying enough charge to kind of carry the B battery components, and then they said the true B battery components kind of phased out to different things. You know what I'm saying? So they didn't need the components that carried B batteries kind of phased out. So on both of those sides with power and use, they kind of phased out. But they was like, they still, if you need B batteries, it is a niche and you can go get them.
What do you
they still use them in Europe. I was like, for real? We have B batteries for real? So
okay. Interesting.
Like, yeah, that's one of those. Okay. That has nothing to do with Auburn basketball, man. But I just thought it was interesting, man. All right, man. Let's talk, man. And I'll let you go with the 46 defense, man. But I hear people talk about this all the time, Nick. And I heard Hugh Freeze say this a lot. Well, I heard him say it once. But anyway, I heard him say it when they asked him, like, why didn't you run the ball? They in the press conference, they was like, why didn't you run the ball more? And Hugh Freeze was like, well, they were in a bear defense. So I'm like, okay, so you can't run the ball in a bear defense against a bear defense? That will kind of be his excuse. You know what I'm saying? He said it, I think, after the Vanderbilt game. I'm like, why didn't you just run the ball more? Oh, they was in a bear defense. You know what I'm saying? That was kind of his go-to for that explanation. So,
okay.
Yeah, he did. So I'm thinking, bro, you can't run the ball against a bear defense. But a bear front. He was like,
a bear front.
So, yeah, that's more specific. So, when people say a bear front, man, I want people to know, and this is our Auburn Addicts football university segment, man, and we just talking about bear front, and the bear front, man, is a part of a 46 defense, right? And it was invented by Rex Ryan when he was with the Chicago Bears.
No, Buddy Ryan.
I mean, Buddy Ryan. What did I say? Rex Ryan? Buddy Ryan.
Rex Ryan.
Yeah, Buddy Ryan when he was with Chicago Bears. This is what I'm gonna let you go on with it, Nick. But this is kind of what I want to get out of, is just talk about the bear front, man. And hold on, let me move this comment, bro. Give me a second. When you have a bear front, man, from left to right, that means you have an end. He's on the outside shoulder of the tackle. You have, your defensive tackles are straight in line over your guards, and your nose tackle is straight over your center. So you have 3 men in the middle of your defense. So yes, it would be more difficult to run up the middle, but I wouldn't say it would be difficult to run on the outsides. Then from left to right, you have your Sam coming down, and he's over your tackle. So he's not over, he's on the outside shoulder of your tackle. So your end and your Sam is on the outside shoulder of your tackles. And your nose tackle, defensive tackles are straight over your center and your guard. So that is a bear front for all people who want to know. On your second level, you have your strong safety come down and your Mike linebacker. They would be in the gaps that are over your tackles. That is the gap where your tackles are. And then if you have like two backs in the backfield, then your wheel would be lined up over your tight end, right? And so your sound would be on the outside of your tight end. Your corners will be lined up in man, and your safety will be in the middle of the field. So Nick, you can explain kind of the 46 defense. That's, if you want to add to that.
Yeah, so the 46 defense, the way that you have it set up right here is the very old way.
Yep.
46 defense.
I have a film. I have a film that shows not a film, but I have a placements that shows it as if the wide receiver moved out. So that would be the new age 46.
Well, even in the other way, it was still kind of old, an old way to do it. So like you said, the bear front. When you think of bear, when you think of the bear front, like you said, 46 defense is what he said, and what it used to, what the whole purpose of this defense is to stop the run. That's what it is. When you look at it, how it is set up to be ran, it is ran to stop the run, but it also looks like cover one.
Yep,
on the back end. It'll be just straight man coverage for your cornerbacks on the outside, and you just have one safety in the middle of the field. So it's basically middle field close is what it is. So when you look at it, the old way, like you said, you can have, you have a nose tackle and a zero technique. You have a defensive tackle sometimes. Defensive tackle won't necessarily be in a two technique, which is heads up most of the time. Sometimes they'll be shaded in the three technique position. You have an end, sometimes as outside shoulder of the tackle, and then the other end will be on the outside shoulder of the tackle as well. And then you'll bring down let me take that back. You won't have an end in it. What you would do is, if it was a 4-3 front, you would bring down two of the linebackers and bring them over to the strong side where the tight end is. That's what it is. And then if you want to make it even more, a little bit more sophisticated, you can shift the defensive lineman over to the weak side more, and then have the Will and the Sam linebacker kind of like head up in the gap between in that natural gap that's created there, and then just have the right linebacker just kind of roaming around in the middle, whichever side that the strong side is going to, because most of the time this defense will be running like a I formation or offset I type situation or something like that. But in modern football, when you think of bear defense, you don't think of having 6 guys on the line of scrimmage. You think of having 5 because of the fact that what offenses do now, offenses they get into, they have more of this spread type thing that's going on. It's just spread offenses with RPO type stuff. So what you'll see is what they call a tight offense, ITE, tight. So in a tight offense, you have the nose tackle heads up, you have your defensive tackles, heads up the guards, and then you will have both ends in a 4-eye position, which is shaded inside of the tackle most of the time. Or sometimes it depends on the alignment. They have them shaded 4-eye, or they have them shaded, heads up the last minute on the line of scrimmage, depending on what it is. So you have 5 down linemen, just to have 5 people on to have 5 guys on the line of scrimmage. And what it does is it forces the offensive line to get into man blocking techniques. So it takes away the zone, it takes away pulling guards, it takes away, any type of traps you want to do for real. It forces like any type of defense, it forces the offensive line majority of the time to get into man blocking schemes is what it does. Because if you put in some type of gap scheme, blocking scheme, or if you're trying to do some type of trap, the pressure that comes from it is just too much, and they can get penetration into the backfield. So yeah, mostly now in the modern thing, it's really just a tight front is what it's called. So you just have those 3 interior offensive linemen, heads up, the center and 2 guards, and then you can have the 2 ends on the line of scrimmage, either in a 4-eye alignment, which is inside shoulder of the tackle, or they can be heads up the tackle, or you can have them, outside the tackle, and then you can have your linebackers play off that. You can have your 2 linebackers sit behind them, so like a 5-2 look, sitting in the gap or playing on the outside and doing whatever, and still have that safety, still have those 2 safeties in the back, playing the back of the field, so you can still have cover 2, because that's the problem with it. The problem is if you just have 1 safety in the back, that 1 safety has to be all over the field. If you keep 2 safeties back, you still play some form of cover 2, and have 1 play in one half and 1 play in the other half, and give some help to those cornerbacks on the back end behind them, if that. That's really what it is. So what you see now when you hear people talk about a bare front, they're talking about a tight. Most of the time, they're talking about a tight front. That's what it's looking like. A 5-2.
It's gonna be a 5-man front, man. 5-man front. Whether it's like like you said, over center guard, and then if it's shaded inside, over or outside, you still got a 5-man front. You know what I'm saying? So that's basically what they're saying. And then it's like the strength of it is you're not going running up the middle. You know what I'm saying? You get immediate pressure, and the quarterback face straight up the middle of the field, but then you might give up something on outside runs. So, and then if your corners, if you're playing cover 1 over the top, then it's like if they get beat, man, you just might be burnt, bro.
You burnt. That's it.
So.
But the whole point is, like, the main point of having those 3 interior defensive linemen is to make the offensive line some kind of way audible into doing some type of man blocking scheme instead of something gap, zone, or anything duos. Like, you can't do that when you got 3 guys on top of the 3 interior on the inside. You can't do that. Like, you can't pull. I mean, like, unless you can, but how successful it'll be depends. So it's just a defense that just causes a lot of problems. A lot of run blitzes can be done out of that as well, too. Things and stuff like that. But modern day is really a 5-2 is what you're looking at when you hear talk about a tight bare front.
And then when you put those men over the front, and they usually what he was saying is that they usually put their best man over the nose tackle.
Or your most athletic guy. I mean, the guy that can cause the most havoc in the middle of the field.
So, man, hopefully, if y'all have any questions, put them in, man. Hopefully that explains it, man. 4-6.
We're not professionals.
Yeah, right. We just, what I'm saying, just trying to up our knowledge and up how our IQ and how we watch football, man. And I, some people have a lot of questions. I do too. It's like, you hear things all the time in press conferences and people talking football, but they don't really ever explain it to you.
Off the top of your head, what's one thing that you don't understand about football right now? Go.
Me? One thing I don't. Oh, bro, that's hard.
If you hear one thing, what's the one thing you hear when you say, "Oh man, what is that?"
Okay, let me think about it. Just let me. That's a good one. That's a awesome question, man. Awesome question. So let me think about that while I go. Let me think about it. He said DC asking those questions from the high dude meme from.
I know what he talking about. Shout out to Slug Up, man. Shout out to Slug Up. I know what he talking about.
Oh, you talking about you talking about the battery thing?
Yeah.
No,
talking about the battery.
I don't know. I just actually saw that one. The dude was like the one I saw was dude was laying down. He was like, "Why everybody sleep?" This is what I'm like looking at the ceiling, thinking about. This is what I'm thinking about. He said Clubber way scared and Drago. Yes. Yep. Okay. Let's see. Oh, y'all know my name is the Rooster. When I lay this macking up on D. Okay. Upon D. Okay. Ankle size interesting. Yeah. That was Hugh Freeze thing, man. He said one of the first things you look at with players is their ankles. Determine if they can play or not. Felix the Cat is in the house. He said he don't think the defense will be as good as last year, but does have talent. What you think? We're gonna get into that. I'm glad you asked that, Felix, because that's the next thing we're gonna get into. Stock up and stock down on the defense, man. Perfect timing, bro.
I'm gonna bust out my AP. Perfect timing.
When is Auburn gonna start winning? Southern 34 said, I don't know, man. I hope soon, bro. I don't know.
Hopefully soon.
Got the guy with the small ankles, man. What's up, Hog Bone? What's going on? Hallbone, how did you get that name? That's what I want to know. That's a question for you for today. How did you get Hallbone name? How did you get your nickname Hallbone? Then let's try running the 5-2 back at Auburn. I think you did. Man. What's up, Auburn Dad for life?
AD4
Let's go. Sorry I'm late, man. We just glad you're here, man. That was a little ahead at the time. It was, man. It was. Yeah, Hawkbone, how did you get that name? All right, Nick, let's go stock up, stock down.
Okay.
Defense. Let's go defensive line, stock up, stock down, and chat. Y'all participate. Y'all tell me what y'all think. When we say stock up, stock down, we're comparing it to last year's position group, and we want to know, is it better or worse, or is it a push? Meaning, is it kind of going to get the same production as this year, last year? Who's going to be better or worse? All right, Nick, defensive line, will the defensive line be better, worse, or will it be the same? Stock up, stock down.
I'm up on the defensive line, man. I think you're gonna get better production from them for the simple fact because I don't think nobody is expecting expecting like a breakout star nationally, even though people around Auburn do feel like there is a lot of guys that have that potential to do that. So I'm gonna go stock up on the defensive line.
Yeah, I'm gonna go stock up too, man, because I think you have the growth and development of archery and the Smith boys, and I think with those, and then you have Dallas coming back. So I think with that, and then you got your boy the Phenom coming back too. So I think with the guys that are growing up that played as freshmen, got a lot of playing time, man, got a lot of reps. Another year in strength and conditioning, and again, I say, like DJ Durkin says, another year of now you're not doing the what but the why. So I think there you get to understand football. You know, you get to understand how to watch film. So I think I'm gonna go stock up on that. And of course, what? Oh, he talked perfect timing. He said we should get Shador to pay perform at halftime. We lose the first game. That's funny. That's funny. I believe I get out, man. He said stock down. Of course, you would say stock down, man. Yeah, golly. Of course you would say stock down. Of course. You probably will go stock down on the whole team, I believe.
Probably would.
You're right. King says stock up. Big Sarge say he think push.
That's not a bad. I'm not surprised if anybody says that either.
Yeah.
Not surprised if anybody says that either.
Yeah, for sure. Hardball used to do a little backroom boxing in college. What?
They made their bare knuckle. What they doing?
Wow. Dang, okay. They said well, it's tough as a hog bone, but you know how it come out hog bone. Okay, that's dope. That's dope, man. I like that. Tough as a hog bone. All right, man. Nick, what about let's go linebackers.
See, this is tough because I know a lot of people would probably be like stock up on the linebackers, but you know, you got a lot of the same guys. Well, all of the same guys back in that room that contributed a lot last year. How much better can they get? I'm gonna go stock up. Because you look at I wanted to go push at first, and I'm gonna go slightly stock up because I think that having DeMarcus Riddick back healthy adds another layer to this linebacker room. You know, you had Xavier Atkins, of course. Everybody know about Elijah Melendez, Bryce Diaz, who was in that room as well. You brought in Michael Matthews Canty. DeMarcus Riddick is back. He should be fully healthy this year, as well. And then, you know, you brought in, you know, Tootle and Jarquez Wilkes and Adam Balagoon Ali. You had those guys in there. So I look at it and I say, you know, there's a lot of talent that's in the room, but which guy is actually going to be able to add to what this linebacker room can do this year? And the name that pops up is DeMarcus Riddick. So I'm gonna go slightly stock up on that because I think Riddick has the opportunity to come in and make an impact on this defense and give some more rotational depth at the linebacker position as well.
Okay, that's what's up, man. I believe the same thing, man. I think, man, another year in the system, man. With you, another year. Think, man. Melendez has 2 interceptions, and he was impacted as a freshman. So imagine him, having another year in the system, man. He already looked like the Hulk coming in. So imagine another year with strengthening, conditioning, and just IQ. So he's gonna be better. Riddick had surgery on both shoulders, I heard.
Wow.
So him, then you got, the young guys come in. I'm expecting them to play too. Bryce, man, another year, man. So yeah, I agree. I think it's stock up, man. Honestly, I think it's stock up. Big Sar says stock up. Sharpshooter says stock up. He says up. Okay. And my man says, man, perfect timing. Y'all have no timing when y'all lose. I believe Crimson, bro. This is Sharpshooter's podcast. That's he's an Alabama guy. Make sure you subscribe to him. And just come over here and start trouble, man. You know what I'm saying? Just that's your job, man. Do your job, bro. The experience should make the linebackers better, and the guys up front have more experience. I agree. Yep, for sure. Oh, so y'all already know each other. Oh my God, man.
They do.
Lord, oh Lord, man. Bleed just come over here and just start trouble, man. Big SARS, the offseason peanut butter is going to have these players stronger. Okay.
It is, man. And protein, baby. That protein.
He got Big Mama Riddick on him too. Hey. All right, Nick. Let's go to the next position group, man. So far we're stock up on defensive line. We'll stock up on linebackers, man. All right, man. Let's go with the safety room. Stock up, stock down, push.
There's a lot of talent in that safety room. A lot of talent in that safety room. Stock up. Man, I know it's not like what the word everybody keeps saying is bugging, but man, there's a lot of talent in that safety room. So
but you got to think, bro, we were stocking down last week on the offense, though, on some of the positions. You know what I'm saying? We were stock up, stock down, push, and kind of going back and forth on that. That was a struggle last week with the offense. But so far, I think with the safety group, man, I think it has to be stock up when you return pretty much everybody, man. And then you have the guys that played as freshmen, man. You have winners, man. Well, like we said, dude, he led the nation, in run defense as a freshman. He got in the 90s in Pro Football Focus. This guy got a 90 plus grade from Pro Football Focus as a freshman safety and run support. So, dude, okay, how much better can you get? He's already playing at pro level. You know what I'm saying? So then he comes back again. You get Fagan's coming back, man. He has another year of maturity. Hopefully, man, you get Champ Anthony back for a full season of health. You know what I'm saying? So, bro, you got a lot of pieces in that room and a lot of growth and development in that room now. I think they should be better. Now, this position we're talking about next is the cornerback room. I think it's stock down.
Yeah, I'm push on the cornerback room.
You push? Okay.
Yeah, I'm push. I think when you put like you phrased the question before we started, you said, can we get the same or better production?
Sure.
Of last year. I think based off of what we saw last year at the cornerback, I think what you have right now can do exactly what those cornerbacks did last year. I think they can do that. Which is why I'm push. But can they be explosive and explosive and do some stuff and have and make some plays? They definitely will have the opportunity because you have an Andre Jordan Jr. that's played, some college football. Of course, you have, Rayshawn Pleasant, who's played at Auburn as well. But a sustained presence of guys in that room that have done, who have done a lot in college football. It's not a lot. It's not a lot of experience per se, if you want to put it that way. So I'm push on the room, but I would say by the time we get to that October slate of football games, I think it could be stock up at that time, just because of the fact that the cornerbacks will be tested a lot. against some teams early on in the season. So that's where I'm gonna be pushed on that room right now.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna start down. I'm gonna go down on it. It's hard to replace two startable caliber guys that started 2 years, you know what I'm saying, in a row, man. And we're high level starters on the SEC team. So I'm gonna go start down. I gotta see it. CJ says, I believe it's a closet Auburn fan. LOL. I wouldn't doubt that.
Possibly.
Wouldn't doubt it, man. Sharpshooters Podcast says, he's Sharpshooters Pod, our Sharpshooter Sports. Man, we are a college football YouTube channel. LOL. We just happen to be Alabama fans. I am sorry, Mr. Sharp. I apologize. I will address you as such in the future. Big Sar say, way up, man.
Okay.
Way up.
Okay. With Angela Yee.
Yeah. King Richard says up. Ooh. Off-season champions. All right. Mob Tire says Bleed is obsessed with Auburn. Oh, absolutely, man.
Yeah, Jay Prince, see your people, man. See your people.
See your people, man. For real, man. This must be stopped. King Richard says, I guess on the cornerbacks push. He agrees with you, Nick. I like the collective fellowship this year on the team. I got who? You is the I got you. Oh, I got you. I got you. Okay. I got you is the mantra for this team. Okay. I like the thing, the wording they have up is be who you say you are. I like that. Stock up, no doubt. On the corners. Okay, Mob Ties.
That's it.
Okay, Big Sar says
that's it.
Stock cornerback is going to be the key to whether the position will be up or down. So
Yep.
I got you. Talking about fellowship, y'all celebrate anything and everything but being winning a game. All right, man.
But being winning games. Okay.
Hey.
All right.
Stock down on quarterbacks right now, Big Sar. Okay. So I guess they were talking about safety. Fix your face, Nick.
What about my face? My face is great. Amazing. Slim, trim.
Okay, he said the way up was for the safety. I'm sorry. That was for the safety. So they were saying up on the safety, and this was like for the corners. It's down. Okay, I got you, SARS. Down and push. Got you. Ed Darby, Mr. 21. We're talking about players being stock down. What about Durkin being stock up, stock down? Will he adjust his system to the personnel, or will he just simply run his system no matter what? I'm going to stock up on Durkin, man. I think with Durkin, man, I think he has his core of players back, man. You got to think, man, when those people hit the portal, Durkin was able to choose, the cats he wanted in his system and probably the ones he wanted to let go. So I'm going to go stock up with Durkin. He's been in the system 3 years. He got his players coming back. He got his anchor with the middle linebacker. He got his dude, man, in the middle of the field, bro.
Yep.
So,
and he said he was only scratching the surface last year.
Yeah, man. So I got to go up with Durkin, man. He said, what happened with Derek Smith? I'm assuming you're talking about Derek Smith, the wide receiver.
Duke Smith, yeah. He's still at Auburn.
He's still there. We talked about him like what, 2 weeks ago, or was it 2 weeks ago? He ran around, man, looking like Schwarzenegger, you know what I'm saying? So I'm expecting big things out of Duke Smith this year, man.
Yes, sir.
At the Insider. What's up, man?
Everybody's favorite insider.
Yes, sir, man. Let's do this, man.
How you already know the question. You already know the answer to this. Let's not even do this. Yeah, you already know the answer. Yeah, I do. So I was, I know it's Tom Brady is the answer. No.
I know Tom Brady is the answer.
He's not.
So my question would be, who is your number two?
Tom Brady.
I know Tom Brady is the number one, so I'm saying, who is your number two?
Tom Brady.
Come on, Nick, man.
You know what the funny part about it is? If you wanted to rank these four guys, I don't even know if Tom Brady would be number two. I'm just saying that. I'm literally just saying that so people won't get upset. But I don't care, man. I'm gonna be the Charleston White. I'm gonna be the Charleston White today. In the words of In the words of Edward, aka Kid Country, aka Chef Country, I'm gonna be the Charleston White tonight.
Okay.
Joe Montana is number 2 on this list.
Boy, you stop, bro. You need to stop.
Joe Montana is number 2 on this list. And you all know who number 1 is. You all know who number 1 is.
Tom Brady, man.
It is Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback. And you know what, bro? I get it. I understand it, man. I get it. I get it. I understand.
Mike McKinney agree with you, Nick. He says Mahomes.
Yeah, we've had this conversation plenty of times. Patrick Mahomes is the greatest, is a better thrower of the football than Tom Brady. Patrick Mahomes, if you look at Patrick Mahomes' stats in the same time period compared to what Tom Brady did in the same time period, up career for career, up until the same point in time, his numbers are better. They are. Patrick Mahomes has better numbers. He has. There is no denying that.
But you can't demark a time in history and just make it stop. You got to look at the overall accomplishments.
But
also,
if you gonna compare,
you know what I'm saying? What about but Patrick Mahomes' story is not written yet.
But the end is not written. But what you can compare,
and his accomplishments and everything at this point are greater. Now let's talk 5 years from now, maybe, and then we can compare and see if he is better than the GOAT. You can't just cut off Tom Brady's accomplishments like right now.
You're not cutting off Tom. You're not cutting off his accomplishments.
So you're not
cutting off his accomplishments
to this point when Tom Brady had a longer resume. You know what I'm saying? You can't cut off the rest of Tom Brady resume.
So in that case, why put Patrick Mahomes on this list then?
I'm just asking you who's number 2.
No, I told you number 2.
That's why he on the list, man. At the insider says Montana.
Ooh, that's what I said. I said if you want to rank these guys, I'm putting Joe Montana too.
Okay, so I guess
when you look at Tom Brady, there is nothing special about Tom Brady when you see him play. Nothing special about Tom Brady when you watch him play football.
It was above the show. It was his IQ, man. It was his IQ.
Oh my God.
If you want to go just straight pure passer, Marino was a dog, man.
Okay.
He just didn't get the chip. He just didn't get the chips to put, on his fingers to make him more prolific. You know what I'm saying? Because we look at chips a lot. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Big Star said in today's football, you have to be more flexible as a coordinator and become multiple in your approach, both on offense and defense. I agree with that, man. I agree. My man Mike McKinney says facts, Nick. He says Jalen Milroe, Super Bowl champion. Come on, man. We talking quarterbacks now, man. Who's your pick, I believe? Sharp says the only answer is Tom Brady. I know I hate him when I see it. Yeah, man. Come on, man. Tom Brady is the GOAT, man. Come on, man. If you take out Super Bowl rings, Marino is the best quarterback of all time. That's funny you just said that. Yeah, it's like we kind of like Marino gets diminished because he don't have the rings, man. But he was a great quarterback and you talking about thrower of the ball. He says, y'all know Tom Brady too skinny. He'll never amount to anything. Nobody gonna draft him. Yeah, exactly. He said D Hall Super Bowl champs. Okay. No, we're talking about Auburn, Alabama players of Super Bowl champs. Then Montana and Brady. Ooh, wow. Okay. So they all talking about Brady third, bro. Mahomes. Williams. What's up, man? He says Mahomes. But Brady didn't have the wide receivers that the other 3 had, King Richard says.
Oh my God.
And Hallbone says, I remember Joe Montana.
Hold on. Wait. He had Wes Welker, Danny Amendola, and he had one of the greatest wide receivers to ever play the game of football in Randy Moss. Come on.
And they didn't win a Super Bowl with Randy Moss, though.
Exactly. But they went, they went undefeated in the regular season, and the only game they lost was, if I'm not mistaken, the Super Bowl in that season.
Big Sar says his list is Tom Brady, number 1, which I agree.
No.
Joe Montana. Y'all remember Joe Montana football? Joe Montana number 2, Patrick Mahomes number 3, and then Dan Marino. Okay, got you. He says, DC, you're asking who's a better quarterback, not whose team won more Super Bowls.
That's my point. That's my point. Because if we talk, in
that case, it's Dan Marino.
If we talking best quarter, if you put championships in it, then Bill Russell should be the best basketball player to ever play the game of basketball. Then
okay, well, so if that's the case, then hands down, it ain't a question. Dan Marino was a better quarterback than any of these guys.
You got a point. Great
quarterback,
point.
And we're not gonna put no accolades or nothing.
If you talking about,
you see what I'm saying? You got to think.
If you talk about as a talent, you talk about as a talent on this list right here, as a talent, as a talent on this list. Is Dan Marino and Patrick Mahomes. It's better than the other two.
I'm just saying, if you just talking about, so you are adding championships to it. If Patrick Mahomes hadn't won any Super Bowl rings, he would
still be in. He would still be considered one of the best. But what I'm saying, Aaron Rodgers is always in the conversation as one of the best quarterbacks to ever play, and he's only won one.
No, I totally agree. But what I'm just saying is that you can't say we're talking about Tom Brady and his rings and not say that Patrick rings doesn't. I never mentioned Patrick Mahomes' rings. I said his numbers compared to Tom Brady. That's what I said. I'm addressing my man in the comments that said that we're just weighing Tom Brady rings. You know what I'm saying? We're also weighing Patrick Mahomes rings too. They come into play too, because if he hadn't won any rings, then you wouldn't just be like hands down he's the best quarterback. So it does.
But you just said it about Dan Marino.
No. I'm just addressing him that rings does have something to do with everybody's, and that's the reason Dan Marino is not esteemed as the greatest quarterback, is because he don't have any rings. If Dan Marino would have like 5 rings, then they'll be caping for Dan Marino. So rings does have something to do with it, and that's everybody. Brady, also.
So using that logic, are you saying that Charles Barkley is not one of the top 5 power forwards that ever played a game of football?
Man, he is.
Okay.
He is.
That's my point.
He is.
That's my point. He's in the conversation of being one of the best ever.
Karl Malone is too.
Exactly. My point. So that's I think that is a flaw. I think that's a flawed argument to have, because when you watch somebody play, like I get it. Tom Brady won 7 Super Bowl rings. Charles Haley won 5, if I'm not mistaken, as a defensive end on multiple teams, if I'm not mistaken. Tom Brady won 7. Great. Good for him. We appreciate that so much. Good. Shout out to Tom Brady for winning 7 Super Bowls. But when you watch Tom Brady play, there is nothing special about what Tom Brady does on the football field. And you want to know how I'm gonna prove it? If I'm not mistaken, it was almost a 10-year decade gap where he did not win a Super Bowl. When he was in his prime as playing quarterback, there was almost a decade gap where he did not win a Super Bowl. He went to some Super Bowls.
Hey, but he lost.
But guess what? He lost to Eli Manning. So is Eli Manning a better quarterback than Tom Brady? He lost to who was the quarterback that came in for old buddy with he lost to Eli Manning twice, if I'm not mistaken. Then who was the quarterback that came in for the Eagles in like 2017, 2018 when Nick Foles? Is Nick Foles a better quarterback than Tom Brady?
Yeah, but all of these quarterbacks, I think, except Joe Montana, well, we know lost to other quarterbacks. Even your boy lost to other quarterbacks in the Super Bowl.
My point exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
So you can't use that argument. You can't use the argument that just because somebody in the chat said he lost. Patrick Mahomes lost to Tom Brady. Okay, if that's the case, then is Eli Manning better than Tom Brady? Because I think both of Eli Manning's Super Bowls came off of Tom Brady's back, if I'm not mistaken. Nick Foles came in for a quarterback that got hurt in the regular season and beat Tom Brady and the Patriots. So is he a better quarterback?
Right. No, I agree with that argument. I don't disagree with you. With that argument, Nick. I don't disagree with you. This is what I was addressing when Mike said, DC, you're asking who's a better quarterback, not whose team won more Super Bowls. You see what I'm saying? So I'm like, that's what I'm saying, Mike. If you go by that criteria, if you want to just put away Super Bowls, Dan Marino is the best quarterback on this list. So you see what I'm saying? So my point is, you are picking Mahomes too because of Super Bowl accomplishments. That weighs in. I'm not saying that's the only. I'm addressing Mike. I'm not. Okay. I'm saying Mike because the comment he says is DC. You're asking who's a better quarterback, not who won more Super Bowls. So that's what I said. By what he's telling me is, if we take away the Super Bowls, then Dan Marino is the best. I'm just
that's what I'm saying. I agree with you there.
I'm not talking. I was just addressing what Mike was saying, that if you gonna take the Super Bowls away, then you can't say Mahomes either. You see what I'm saying? Just as well as I couldn't say Tom Brady, because a lot of weight is put on the amount of Super Bowls he's won. He said, don't play with Brady like that. 7 rings, 10 Super Bowls appearances, and he also beat Mahomes in his 40s.
Okay, that's great. That's fine. It's fine that he beat him in his 40s. That's fine. Quarterbacks get beat all the time. That doesn't mean anything.
And Answer let me on Brady. He said Brady won 2 rings on 2 different teams.
Okay.
Manning has a better IQ than Brady. Okay, I'm not gonna argue that. We have to stop making the argument about team ball instead of individual player goals. Okay, well then okay, so Dan Marino is the best. Exactly. You can't say Tim, you can't say Mahomes, Mike McKinney. You got to say, if we not talking about team and all this stuff, bro, then it's Dan Marino.
Man, you know what? I'm gonna look up some stats.
Brady 1 and Manning 2. Okay. Marino had to be a dog. He didn't want a big time running back behind him, but said when could win it all with a big time running back. Sorry for trolling y'all. Seem genuinely sad. Man, we're just talking about football, man. Come on, man. Are we ranking by how the QB operates the position? That's a good point. That's what it really is about, I think, is how the QB operates the position. And it's coupled with a lot of things, man. That's why, you know what I'm saying, I can't necessarily say in the argument who's right or wrong. You know what I'm saying? Holmes runs around too much. Hawkbone says his delivery is wrong. He'll never win a Super Bowl. That's funny.
But he's won 3 of them.
Yeah, he's been facetious because he said the same thing about Tom Brady being steady and all that stuff. Yeah. But not all 3 were on the field at the same time. Okay. He said, I was untouchable in Joe Montana football. Yeah, man, that Joe Montana was something else, man. My brother used to like kill us in that thing. And Brady threw 50 touchdowns that year. Whoa. Dan Marino was. Yeah. He said over Joe. Hold on, I'm gonna let you in, and we're gonna get off here, bro. He said yes, he would. Marino had to get rid of the ball quick. O-line was bad for years. About killed him. No, that's true. Peyton only has 2 rings. He's better than everyone on the list. Okay. Give me Brady over anyone that started a franchise since rings don't matter. Okay. If you look at rings, Randy Moss would not be one of the greatest wide receivers in history. That's true. Yeah, and I agree with that. I agree with what Nick says, man. You can't put it all on rings to determine if a player is great, because Karl Malone is one of the best forwards to ever play the game. So was Barkley, and they never won a ring, man. And like we talking about Marino. Good conversation, though. What's up, Jonathan? Most disappointed by Keyshawn Hall. He took that thing back to basketball. Nick, you tripping hard, my guy. Says Bob Ty say you tripping hard, my guy. Let me I'm gonna let Ann in, bro, and we're gonna get out of here, man. I think it's great. And I'm gonna hit some more comments, let Ann in. Then we're gonna, hit the road, see what Ant gotta say. And we'll be out. But appreciate the conversation, guys. Great points. Everybody making great points, man. Good Lord, bro. Y'all really populating. It's hard for me to keep up. Let me see. Can I find where we were? Damn, Marino. Marino had to get rid of the ball. Yep, talked about that. Peyton has to win. Yep, talked about that. Let's see. Give me Brady over anyone on the list. Randy Moss, yeah, we talked about that. And he said, yeah, we talked about that. Come on in, Ant. What's up, man? I was just trying to get comments. He says Tom Brady stat didn't compare to Peyton Manning until 5 years after he retired. He came in the league 2 years later. So he's capable of Peyton Manning. I simplify your decision. Josh Allen go in a conversation. Ooh, okay. You got anything on Josh Allen, Nick? They won all their games that year. They lost in the Super Bowl to New York. Yes. Moon and around the better than all. Okay. Ant, go ahead, Ant. What you got? Talk to me.
I stand on that hill though.
Moon and Rounder. Okay, you got a point. You got a that's a good argument. Go ahead, man. Go ahead with it.
But the photos on the list, y'all gotta understand Joe Montana did it with 2 teams, bro, not just one.
Who Joe Montana did it with? Kansas City Chiefs, right?
Kansas City and San Francisco.
Yep, for sure. Yeah, Joe Montana was a dog, man. I don't think he ever lost a Super Bowl.
Nah, he didn't.
Yeah. So,
but if you talking about pure stats wise, Marino got to be the best. Just by stats and what he had to go through. Cause, hey man, I agree. Whoever made that comment about he was getting killed,
he was.
Marino was getting killed back though, man.
He was, man. He was. So, yeah. If you take all, if you take all the accolades and trophies away, man, just a quarterback, Marino was one of the best, man. And I think I put him on him because people he gets left out when you think about, man, because people in this age of time, we talk about chips and stuff. And like Nick said, we talk about Jordan and all these people, man. But some of like Karl Malone's, the Barkleys, man. Some people didn't win titles. They were great players.
Man, I just want to make something clear, bro. Like when you look at this whole conversation about, because I mean, I get it. I understand Joe Montana and Dan Marino on this list, but the comparison now is Patrick Mahomes and Tom Brady. Okay. And when you look at the numbers say that Patrick Mahomes is a better quarterback than Tom Brady is at this point in his career where Tom Brady was in his career. The numbers just say this. The numbers say it.
But you keep saying at this point in his
because career. That's what you have to do, DC. You can't end his career now.
Yeah, but I'm saying, but you can't shorten Tom Brady's career either. On the other hand,
you see what I'm saying? But at this point in his career, he's a better quarterback and is by far better.
Right, but if we say this point is his career, maybe
Josh Allen better.
But what I'm saying is, by saying that, then you're diminishing the rest of Tom Brady's career. You got to include all of Tom Brady's career at this point. At this point,
you don't. How do you compare a completed masterpiece to something that's only probably a third done? You can't do that.
You have to wait to that other person.
So what you do at that time, if you're saying Patrick Mahomes is, if you put him in the conversation of one of the greatest quarterbacks and in the conversation of the greatest quarterback to ever play the game of football, you look at what he's done so far in his career compared to what the person that you're comparing him to was doing at that point in their career.
Yeah, but
that's what you do.
You can use that as an argument. If that was the question, then you would be right. The question wasn't at what point in this career who is the best. The question
you have him in the conversation of who is the greatest quarterback with four dudes with three other dudes who have completed their careers. So if I see this, I have to look at what Patrick Mahomes has done so far in his career and compare it to what you're saying about the other guys have did at that point in time in their career.
Yeah, but if that was the criteria, yes, you would be correct. But what I'm saying is, bro, when you look at the best of all times, then that person remains the best of all times till somebody breaks their record. You feel what I'm saying? Just because a boxer starts out 10-0, you know what I'm saying? That doesn't mean he's better than Mike Tyson. Just because
Crawford best boxer.
just because in the same span of time, this guy knocked out more people. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he might be on a trajectory to be better than Mike Tyson, and he might be at his career in this demarcation point at his career better than Mike Tyson. And I agree with you totally on that. But to say that he is better than somebody that is already accomplished, that's why I'll have to say no. I would kind of disagree and say that, man, you would have to wait till he finishes his career, or at least get further down the line in his career to say that he's better than somebody that has already accomplished. You know,
so can I ask this?
I'll say this.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'll say this. 9 years in,
okay,
is what I'll say. 9 years in, and you comparing Patrick Mahomes and Tom Brady. Tom Brady had 30,844 total passing yards.
Okay.
Patrick Mahomes has 35,939 passing yards. Touchdowns. At the 9-year mark of Tom Brady's career, he had 225 touchdowns. At the 9-year mark of Patrick Mahomes' career, he has 267 touchdowns. Completion percentage. At the 9-year mark of Tom Brady's career, he had a 69.8% completion percentage. At the 9-year mark of Patrick Mahomes' career, he has a 66.2% completion percentage. Patrick Mahomes has won 2 league MVPs. He's won 3 Super Bowls.
Okay.
At the same time, I think Brady had 3 Super Bowls? And if I'm not mistaken, I think he had 1 league MVP at that time, because he only has 3 in his career. So if you are telling me, if you were sitting here saying of those accolades, how can you sit here and tell me that he was that much better at the time? And we looking at the trajectory, Patrick Mahomes is a better quarterback than Tom Brady.
Nick, I told you, if we're talking about what his trajectory is, I don't disagree with you. But we're not. You see what I'm saying? If we're talking about demarcation points and trajectory, I don't agree with you and Mike McKinney. Totally don't agree. But you can't. What I'm saying, you can't minimize. What I'm saying,
nobody's minimizing what Tom Brady did.
By your, what I'm saying is, by you saying these 2 athletes took off in a race, and they ran, and when they got to the 40-yard point, they were even. So let's stop the race right there.
No, that's not what we're saying. That's not what we're saying, DC.
It's like you're taking off.
That is not what we're saying.
I agree. That's not
what
I'm saying is, I agree with you when you say trajectory, and at this point in history, he is a better quarterback. Dude, I don't disagree. I can't argue, but you can't. What I'm saying is, you can't just stop right there, because Mahomes, Brady, he had more accomplishments. That's all I'm saying. You can't cut off he is at this point and say at this point he had more Super Bowls. At this point he had this. But what about the rest of Brady's career? He has, you know what I'm saying? You're missing the point.
You're missing the point. You're missing the point. You're missing the point. You put him on a list with 3 other guys whose careers are already finished. Right?
Yeah.
So and people are already saying this man is one of the best quarterbacks to ever play the game of football. These people are already saying this.
I don't disagree.
So how can I as a fan watching the game of football, watching him play, be like, how can I compare him to the person that you're saying is the best quarterback to ever play the game of football? How do I compare?
That's what I'm saying. You really can't. That's what I'm saying. So you can't in good faith say he is a more accomplished.
So why put his picture up there with them?
I put his picture up there because that's your guy.
It should be all quarterbacks who are done playing the game.
Because that's your guy.
But no. You're right. It is my guy. But you didn't have to put him up there. So if you put him up there, I have to compare what he's done so far in his career to what the other guy did at that point in time in his career.
But when you look
done better.
Okay, but when you look at the criteria, though, you have to also say, hey, man, I know he hasn't completed and all these have completed, so I can't really compare it. So I can't put him in first place. You have to also say that.
Oh, my. Okay.
Can
All right.
Go ahead, Ant.
But also to the point before Ant goes. Also to the point before Ant goes.
Okay.
Also to the point. Both of the careers look similar.
Okay.
Patrick Mahomes didn't start his first year.
Okay.
He didn't have a full season of playing. Tom Brady didn't have a full season playing his first year.
Okay.
They both had injuries because Patrick Mahomes just had a major injury this year. We don't know if he's gonna play. We don't know if he's gonna start at the beginning of the season this year. Tom Brady was out a whole year with an ACL injury. So when you looking at the parallels of both careers in the same 9 years, Patrick Mahomes.
I'm not arguing that. No, I have no argument against that. I'm just saying total career though. Go ahead. Go ahead.
So if we're talking about that, then a lot of times that's just matched up with Super Bowls, right? Like you could say that Brady was the best in the era, but you also could say Peyton Manning was the best in the era. I mean, you can make that argument. Just like you could say Mahomes is the best in this era, you could say Lamar Jackson is, or you could say Josh Allen. But the difference in those people, the difference in the three is the Super Bowls. So a lot of people, when they rank in the list, that's their main argument is like the title. But if we're talking about, so my question would be, if you have a list like this, right? This is your first this is the first pick off the board, is the quarterback. You got to pick between Mahomes, Allen, whoever you want to put on the list. Who would you pick?
Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, I mean, but you saying out of Mahomes, Allen, and who?
Whoever you want to put on the list. I just said them two. Just you talking
about in there? You talking about on the list I put up, or?
Yeah, it don't matter. I mean, we can go by the list you put up. If you want to
in their prime, I'm taking Brady, bro.
Oh my God,
I'm taking Brady. Bro.
I didn't see the list. There's a list.
Santa Marino.
This is wild. Apparently people can't comprehend what I'm saying.
Here you go. This is
apparently you can't. I'm not talking about you, Ant. Apparently people can't comprehend what I'm talking about. You can't comprehend what I'm talking about.
Oh,
did Ann Marino, Joe Montana, Patrick Mahomes, and Tom Brady. Okay.
If you're going to put Patrick Mahomes on a list of 3 other guys whose careers are already done, if you're going to put him on a list of 3 other guys whose careers are already done, and he ain't finished playing yet because he probably got another decade of playing, you're telling me that you saying that he's in the conversation of being one of the greatest quarterbacks to ever play the game before?
Sure, but he's not. Yeah. He's not complete.
So if you're telling me he's in that conversation,
I'm just telling you
how do I compare him if his career isn't over with without diminishing what the other guys did?
No,
so
you
at
just
this point in time, he's played 9 years in the NFL.
Right.
So I take the 9-year point of who you're saying is the best quarterback to ever play the game at Tom Brady, and I compare his 9 years to Patrick Mahomes' 9 years, and Patrick Mahomes' 9 years right now at this point in time are better than Tom Brady.
And
I don't know how people can't understand that.
You can say that, Nick, I agree with you.
It's not diminishing the rest of Tom Brady's career. But the numbers are the numbers.
No, it's what I'm saying.
Patrick Mahomes has 3 Super Bowl championships, 2 league MVPs, and more yards passing, more touchdowns, the same completion percentage as Tom Brady. Tom Brady had 3 Super Bowls and 1 league MVP at the same time, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
How are you not understanding what I'm saying?
No,
if you're putting a guy on the list who has not completed his career to 3 other dudes who have completed their career. So logically speaking, logically speaking, if that's the case, I have to compare what this man has did at the 9-year point compared to what you saying is the greatest quarterback to ever play the game at 9 years.
No one is disagreeing what you're saying.
Montage is disagreeing with what I'm saying. That's who's disagreeing with what I'm saying.
What I'm saying is
he just said I needed to be drug tested because I sound stupid. Yeah. No, I do not. I sound very logical right here. That's what it sounds like.
The disconnect. I think this is what a disagreement is that I totally agree with you if you say 9 games in comparative and say that.
So why put Patrick Mahomes on the list then? Don't put him on the list. Put Peyton Manning up there.
He can be on the list, but you could just
put Eli Manning up there.
Yeah, but
can I ask?
Don't put Eli. No, you don't.
He can be on the list, but you just don't say he the greatest of all time.
Can I ask what was the original?
What I'm saying, no, he can be on the list, bro.
I'm going to put him up there.
Hold up, listen. If I'm on the list and I never played a game of football,
DCU in the NFL,
100th.
Can somebody state the original question for me?
It's who is the greatest of all times. Was the number 1 question, just like last week. Who was the greatest or number 1 of all times? And really, like when we did Jordan, it was everybody picked Jordan. Then the second question was, okay, who was number 2? That's the second. Sure. That's really the question: is who is number 2. So if what I'm saying is, if you know a player has not completed his tenure yet, just as well as if I was on the list, you wouldn't pick me. You see what I'm saying? I could be on the list. It's certain players you gonna be like, okay, I know Tom Brady is the greatest of all time. This man hasn't completed his tenure yet, so I can't pick him. But you can't compare them.
You put him on the list, so you put him on the list, so I can pick whoever's on the list. And when I look at the numbers tell me this dude, numbers wise, and what he's done so far is either comparable or better to what you're saying is the greatest player, is the greatest quarterback.
That's your opinion.
You're right. It is.
It's your opinion.
It is my opinion.
Yeah. I don't have anything.
You know what's interesting about this? That I came in on tail end of it, but like, so you got let me just kind of understand where Nick is coming from. Nick is saying that Patrick Mahomes should not be on this list because he's still playing.
Thank you, Taz. Thank you.
It's my list. I can put who I want to put on my list.
Wait.
You see what I'm saying?
However,
he can be on there if I want him to be on there. I could put Jerry Rice on there if I want to.
Listen,
okay, what I'm saying.
Give me time.
You just don't pick Jerry Rice.
I understand that.
Why pick Jerry Rice if you know he's not a quarterback?
You're right.
You see what I'm saying? It doesn't matter who's on the list.
I understand that. I understand that. But the point I was going to make is the reason why this is kind of crazy for me here. Some of this, I don't know, because I think about a conversation that we have a lot, and that conversation is Michael Jordan versus LeBron James.
Mm-hmm. They should never be compared.
And it's a constant comparison of a person who is not playing anymore with the person who's still playing. Now, in that scenario, the person who's still playing has more points, stats, all of those things. The only thing he doesn't have is championships. And we use championships and the eye test to justify Michael Jordan being the greatest. That's what I use. Mm-hmm. This, however, is the complete opposite of that, where the person who's not playing has all the championships, all the stats, all the accolades, is winning in those categories, and the person that's still playing is trying to achieve those milestones and monuments. So, like, if I'm gonna be honest and keep the same logic across boards, but Nick knows this. My answer is gonna be Tom Brady. Mm-hmm. But keeping the same logic across the same boards, if I'm going to give that nod to Michael Jordan over LeBron James, and I gotta give that nod to Tom Brady over Patrick Mahomes, because I'm jumping over LeBron James in this conversation, and he got more points than Michael Jordan, and I'm still picking Michael Jordan in that conversation. You see what I'm saying? So, like, when I look at this scenario, I gotta pick Tom Brady. If I want to be consistent in my logic, I have to pick Tom Brady for this argument.
Okay. Aunt Rooster, what y'all got?
But I hate that comparison. That's
it is.
I hate when they do that, because for one, Jordan never played as many years as LeBron. Jordan took a break.
Oh yeah, true.
But two, Jordan and LeBron should never be compared because they're not even the same position or size or anything like that. I'm like you, Tez. Every time we had this argument, I tell them, if anything, I'll compare Magic to LeBron, because they both the same height, same size at their time frame. But if you making an argument like this, I mean, Nick's right. You can only go by what they did at the point of the person that's on the list is still playing.
Mm-hmm.
So Mahomes still been playing 9 years. Out of all them quarterbacks that's played 9 years in the game, Mahomes probably is the best on the list.
So is that the question up until year 9?
It's not. That's what I'm saying. That's not the question. That's the whole thing.
That's not the question.
That's not even the question. You see what I'm saying?
The question is, who's the greatest?
The greatest of all time.
But if you're saying the greatest of all time, you're basically saying guys that have completed their careers, because it's a flawed question to ask.
It's not a flawed question.
Yes, it is. If Mahomes is still playing,
it's an easy question. Then
how is it easy? How is it an easy question if Mahomes is still playing?
The person that has not completed his tenure,
you don't put him on the list. Then
no, let me make my point. It's an easy question because if you know the guy hasn't completed his tenure, that's the first guy you're not gonna pick. No. So it's an easy question.
All right, I've never heard that.
What I'm saying, if that's you, if you're making the point,
I've never heard that. I've never heard that logic.
No,
I've never heard that logic when it comes to comparing players who you think should be in the conversation of greatest of all time.
Right, but what I'm saying,
I've never heard that.
I'm just saying by what you're saying. You said he hadn't completed.
So okay, so to your point,
put him on the list?
To your point, Messi should not be considered the greatest of all time over Pele because he's still playing soccer.
No, that's not what I'm saying, Nick.
That's the same logic. That's the same logic. He's still playing currently. Patrick Mahomes is still playing currently. So if you put Messi on a list with Ronaldo, Messi, and Pele, you're sitting here telling me that by default, Pele should be the best soccer player of all time because the other two are still playing.
No,
so you wouldn't pick them.
Okay, do they have comparable stats and comparable? What is everything?
I just gave you comparable stats. So what?
Yeah, but
okay,
Nick. But what I'm saying, I'm not saying you're wrong by saying Patrick Mahomes is the greatest of all times. I'm not saying you're wrong. That's your opinion.
You right.
You feel what I'm saying? I'm not saying you're wrong. I just said I disagree. That's it.
You're right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. The point I disagree on is just saying up until this point in their careers that Mahomes is better and has been better, but you kind of don't keep going with Tom Brady's career. You feel
because Patrick Mahomes doesn't have the rest of his career.
Right.
So you have to compare what they have done so far.
Actually,
what I'm saying is it might be a little premature in labeling him the greatest of all times. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that in a 9-year span, Patrick Mahomes isn't better. I'm saying I agree with you. He could be a better quarterback. But I'm saying, is it fair to say that he is the greatest of all times at this point? That's you know what I'm saying?
But you can't.
Some people, hear me out. Some people might look at it and say, "Yeah, I've seen enough. I don't need to see no more. Patrick Mahomes is better." And I can't agree. You know, it's just an opinion. I don't disagree with that. But for me, like I say, I just think Tom Brady is a greater quarterback. That would be my overall pick. Not to say that somebody might look at somebody who's played 3 years and be like, okay, they're just the greatest of all time. That's your opinion. You know what I mean? I'm not saying you're wrong or right. You know what I mean? But I think everybody dropped off. But go ahead. Tez, you got
No, man, for some reason now, whenever we get into these greatest debates, I always think about, it's a question I asked. I think it was on Water Cooler one time. And it was I compared the music. It's like, you know, if Biggie was alive and made his third album, right? And that album was just not good at all. Just a horrible album. Would you still look at him as one of the greatest of all time? Would you still have that kind of regard to him?
It would diminish it. Yes, it would diminish it.
So the reason why I'm saying that is because like we're looking like we're saying, we're looking at somebody whose chapter is closed and we're comparing them to somebody whose chapter is still open. Patrick Mahomes can actually make his legacy worse and better. Right? He can stink up the joint till he's not in this conversation no more, and he can light up the joint to where it's not even a debate that he's the greatest. So like it's a tough, when you really think about it, it's really tough to have because one of them, both of them Brady benefits from not having to put anything on the field, and he can't mess up his resume at all. But Patrick Mahomes in his argument benefits from the ambiguity, like what we don't know. Like we can use what he did to project what he doesn't know, but there's no way for sure to know what's going to happen. So that's why it's always going to be, whenever you have these, it's always going to be a tough argument. Just like Michael Jordan and LeBron James won, because one of these players is still playing, right? He could come next week. I mean, he can come this year, win a championship. It's not gonna happen, but win the championship at LA with Bronny, and it'd probably be one of the greatest moments of all time. You add that to his resume, all of a sudden that conversation gets even more intense. But like he's still playing, so he can still determine up or down. So but that's why it's the one about the albums, though.
That's an awesome point. Go ahead, Ant.
He going to Cleveland next year.
Oh yeah, he going to Cleveland farewell tour. That's
what
I think. I don't know how true it is, but that's what I think. Him and Bronny.
Wow.
Yep.
That's what's up. Anything else, Ant? We about to get on out of here, brother.
No.
Anything from spring camp? Ant, you want anything from spring camp, man?
We need to know. We need
the insider, man. We got it.
We need. Hey, man.
Besides the walkthrough that they had, that everybody's surprised about, which you shouldn't be surprised about. What they called it, the mock practice. It was nothing but a walkthrough, guys. So everybody could know what to expect when practice really is. It's okay. It was a genius idea by Golish. It was a very genius idea.
A walkthrough?
Yeah.
Why are they doing walkthroughs so early though?
So you can know what you're gonna go through at practice. I mean, that's just like you're a new coach, right, DC? You wouldn't want the first day of practice. So basically it was a time-saving thing, really and truly. Because you don't want the first day of practice. You got to explain what you want out of these guys. You got to explain why you're doing this drill, this drill, this drill. You just did it now. So when the first day of spring comes, you don't have that problem.
Okay. That's what. You going down the spring game?
Yeah, I'm gonna be there.
Tez, you going?
I don't know yet. I hope so. Hopefully,
Nicholas,
I'll be free.
That's the plan. Plan is to be there April 18th.
Lord willing.
And the creek don't rise. That's what my folks say. Lord willing, and the creek don't rise, man. Iceman came in, man. What's up, Iceman? How you doing, man? Bro, it was a good conversation, man. Excellent conversation, man. A lot of viewpoints on this one, man. Like I say, in this forum, bro, no one is, I don't think, unless you just have hardcore facts, so right or wrong, bro. You just debating your point of view, and it's like, who right or wrong? Nobody knows, bro. It's just an opinion and a point of view. Everybody got an opinion. But until next time, man, we'll see you tomorrow. Water Cooler Talk Sports. See you on. It says season with my man Tez on Tuesday and Thursday, man. You got the lunch break going on Thursday. We got interactive TV on Tuesday, man. We got Nick Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, ladies and gentlemen. So y'all tune in next week, man. And Nick, what can they find you, brother?
Water Cooler Talk Sports, Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central. That's where we are. Also, www.watercoolertalksports.com. Again, www.watercoolertalksports.com. I want to say this real quick.
Say it.
Had the opportunity yesterday to go to AEX. AEX is it's a high school showcase, a high school combine. And their first stop was in Mobile yesterday. So I had the opportunity to go there. Shout out to Coach Carr, shout out to Jonathan, that was there as well. There's this kid. And I'm gonna keep saying his name because I think this kid has an opportunity to be great. Really, really great. If you follow Water Cooler Talk on Twitter, you saw me post him. If you follow us on Instagram, you saw me post him as well. You saw me post some of his clips. His name is Douglas Jones Jr. Class of 2029 is what he is. Class of 2029.
His name is what now?
Douglas Jones Jr.
And he's in the 9th grade.
He's going to the 10th grade.
Okay.
He's going to the 10th grade this upcoming, next year, next season. Well, when the 26 school year, 26, 27 school year start.
So I mean, he's like a, what, 2000?
Class 2029.
I'm trying to figure out what year he was born. Like maybe 2000.
He is.
Oh, that's
15 years old.
15 years old.
16 years old. 15 year ready to turn 16.
Okay. I was just trying to figure out why. So that'd be what, 2015, 2009, 2010.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, 2009.
I don't know. It's just I was trying to figure out why in 2010 somebody named their kid LaDouglas. But go ahead.
No. He's LaDouglas Jones Jr. He's LaDouglas Jones Jr. He's LaDouglas Jones.
Okay. That makes sense. Go ahead.
He's a junior.
I'm sorry. I hope he's not watching this.
I don't know.
Me too, bro.
Shout out to LaDouglas Jones Jr. and LaDouglas Jones Jr. Shout out to both of them, bro. Shout out to both of them. But no, for real, on a real tip, shout out to LaDouglas, man. He good. Had a chance to watch this guy. Had to watch this dude play, and of course there were some other guys on there. You had some guys that were on the cusp of getting rated and things and stuff of that nature. And they was like 27, 28 guys. Mostly 20, 27 guys. But he was a 29 guy, plays wide receiver. He's like 5'8" and a half, pushing to be 5'9", like 140 pounds, if you know that. So he is about to have a growth spurt in the next couple of years. Yes, Hardbone. He's at Mobile Christian. What caught my attention at first was the 40. So it was running the 40s. And I just saw this little dude just pop up, and I was like, this is either going to be a really good 40 or a really bad 40 while he was running. And when they did the laser times and they did hand times. So his laser time came in at like 4.8 flat, 4.879 or something like that. And I was like, okay, this is all right. Let me see. Then they did hand times, and his hand time came in at like a 4.74. So I pulled him to, I was like, man, what's your name, man? He was like, yeah, LaDouglas Jones Jr. I was like, where you go to school at? He was like, right here. I was like, oh, you go to Mobile Christian? He was like, yeah. And I'm just curious to know. I'm thinking, he about to say he class of 27. He getting ready to graduate. I was like, man, when you graduate, I was like, what are you? He was like, yeah, I'm class of 2029. I said, what, you in the ninth grade right now? He's like, yeah. I was like, stop playing. Yo, you really in the ninth grade right now? He was like, yeah, I'm in ninth grade. I was like, you just ran a 4.7. He was like, yeah, man. He's like, I gotta get my technique down. If I can get my technique down on the next couple years, I think I can get it to the 4.4s. Yeah, from that point on, I just watched him majorly for the rest of the camp. And if you go to my Instagram page, you go to my I don't know if I put it up on Twitter, but I'm watching him run, and the way that it looks just fluid, catching the football just with his hands, and I'm just looking at it, and I'm just like, I think I'm looking at a 4-star. Okay. That's what I'm thinking. I believe I'm looking at a 4-star right now. Okay. So shout out to LaDouglas Jones Jr., man. Man, I'm gonna follow him because I got a feeling he's gonna do some big things in these next couple of years, man. So shout out to LaDouglas Jones Jr.
I got one too, Nick.
Who?
I'm sorry he wasn't there. I got a little nephew. His name's Jadavian McQuarrie. He the class of 30.
30. Okay. Good Lord.
He might be playing quarterback this year. I don't know yet. But he played safety last year at Luverne High School. Go look him up.
I'll take a look.
What's his name?
Jadavian McQuarrie.
He played safety in and he a 30?
Yes, he was in 8th grade. He started 8th grade. Yeah.
Wow.
There's another kid too that caught my attention. Reed Scometter. He is class of 2029 as well. And he is 6'2", 275 pounds, something to that nature. And
good line.
And he started on varsity last year at Bayshore Academy in Fairhope. I think he ran like a 5'5" or a 5'6" in the 40 laser time, something like that. And I'm looking at this guy, I'm like, yo, you had 27 guys there. You had like Lad Powers there, and you had, you had running back from Theodore who was there. What is his name? I can't remember his name off the top of my head real quick. You had Ace Davis there from the floor. You had you had some kids from Arkansas there. You had some kids from Louisiana there. But I'm looking at these 29 kids, and I'm saying, yo, like 6'2", 270, and you starting as a center. and you still got 3 years left to play high school football. And I'm looking at this, I'm like, man, this I got to keep in touch with these kids because I'm looking at these guys and I'm saying I think we may be seeing some 4- and 5-star guys coming out in the next couple of years. So the Douglas Jones Jr. and Reese Cometa, 2 guys that I'm looking at and I'm saying, man, I think they got an opportunity to do some big things, man.
Shouts out, bro. Shouts out, man. Shouts out. Tiz, what can they find ya?
Man, y'all can find me at It's SECZN on all platforms. To the Jones family, man, I apologize about that joke. I just don't take anything seriously. Even myself. So, I really do. But yeah, man, you can find me at SECZN on all platforms, man. Listen, you guys want to tune in Tuesday. Well, you want to tune in Tuesday, Thursday, anytime we drop content, you want to tune in. Trying to ramp that up, getting in a little bit of a rhythm. It's going pretty well. You want to tune in Tuesday though. I'm announce this wherever. Tuesday, I can't tell you exactly what the premise of it is, but something big is happening Tuesday. And I'll just say it like this: we're getting our own voice. SECZN is getting our own voice within the college football space. So you want to tune in Tuesday. It's gonna be a great show, man. I promise you.
Can I say it, Nick?
What?
Can I say it?
I don't know what you're saying.
Elite Podcast.
This man right here is hilarious, bro. This man funny.
Hey, well, you know what's funny? I was thinking about that when I was making the graphics. It's like you gotta have elite graphics with it.
What's up?
Elite voices, elite music.
What's up, man? College Loop, man. Check out my man Tank, man. Background.
Elite intros.
We'll tell you when the show over, DC. We're gonna tell you when the show over. We got
elite intros.
Tell me when the show over, man. College Loop. Check out my man Tank. I talked to Tank today, man. He said he gonna fall back through, man. So, so check him out. And I gotta get my man thing. I didn't put it up, but Kid Country, man. Man, he come through, fall through, man. You gotta check out my man Kid Country, man. Check out.
We even got elite shells. That's what I'm talking about.
Alabama, baby. So check out my man Chef Country, man. I think that's it, man.
Elite
to my man
ribs.
Marcus, man, the mail, man.
Elite ribs. Elite greens.
Elite chicken.
Elite candy yams.
We gonna tell you when the show over, DC. I promise you.
End show, bro. For the end.
Elite show ending.
Elite hey, King Richard, look what King Richard put down. Look what King Richard put down. Look what King Richard put down. Look what King Richard put down.
Elite arguments. That's hilarious.
Oh, y'all are wild, bro. Y'all wild.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
If y'all can't tell, me and Tez are like the biggest jokesters on here, bro. I don't take that too serious either.
At all, man.
So I just put my head and not my heart.
What? He said Barrett Trotter is the head coach.
He the head coach at Bayside.
At Bayside?
Bayside Academy. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, he the head coach there.
I'm just like messing all up.
You know, Phillip Rivers trying to get in the NFL, so.
Huh?
Well, Phillip Rivers is at St. Michael's. That ain't that's
yeah.
Wrong way. That's still Fairhope area, but that's 2 different schools.
I forgot, man. You know, St. Michael's a new school, bro.
He said elite arguments, and this man say elite
chitterlings. Y'all funny, man. Y'all are hilarious, bro.
Hey, man. Salute, man. Salute. We'll see y'all Monday, man. Start Monday. All right. Wow.
That was funny.
All right, man.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
Peace.